James Lure has our top story.
She was funny, she was very kind, very bubbly.
She loved to dance.
Bit of a party girl.
She was.
Very much a social butterfly.
Describing their daughter Francesca, who died at the age of 35 in July 2024 from one of the rarest form of cancers, Ewing's sarcoma. And yet Sharon and Peter Vincent believe there were critical delays in both her diagnosis and treatment at the Royal Berkshire Hospital.
She had a CT scan at 2 in the morning, but they said she'd need an urgent biopsy and another chest CT scan. So that was the 4th of February, early hours, and she didn't have the biopsy until the 2nd of March. Clearly they'd found this lesion, but they didn't tell her, and or us, no. By the Friday she was really very, very poorly.
So typically this is when the alarm bells started to ring,
Yeah.
and we expected action, which we didn't get.
No. In response to the complaint, they described the delays due to human error. But at the time, they said they didn't have any staff. They only had 2 people who could do the biopsy that she needed, and one wasn't available, so they had delays.
A spokesperson for the Royal Berkshire NHS Foundation Trust has told the BBC it extends its heartfelt condolences to the family, and they acknowledge there were aspects of the care which they could have improved upon, and they apologise sincerely for that. They go on to say they aim to learn from any concern raised and have carried out a review into Francesca's care, which Mr and Mrs Vincent have been kept informed of. The outcome of this review identified learning points which had been shared with the relevant teams at the Trust as part of an ongoing action plan. But the Vincents say that response doesn't go far enough. Their local MP, Clive Jones, has twice written to the Trust on the Vincents' behalf to outline his concerns. In one of the responses addressed to him in November of last year, the Trust admits an unusual tumour type should have been investigated more urgently. But in the same letter, 2 paragraphs down, they say it is felt no errors were made.
That's an admission that there was an error. I think it's the way that the whole of the NHS works. They don't want to acknowledge that they've made a mistake. And that is a culture, I think, that actually needs to be changed.
I'd just like them to acknowledge that, yes, had they given her quicker care and got her moved to the right place and got a diagnosis, that they accept that she may well have had more time.
And that's what accountability is all about. If you're honest with yourself, in whatever aspect of life, that's what you have to do.
We approached the Royal Berkshire NHS Foundation Trust for further comment on these remarks, but they declined to say more than their original statement.
Next time a 33-year-old girl comes in with a 10-centimetre lesion on their pancreas, that somebody actually does something quickly and finds out why and what the cause is, and not make an assumption that it's because it's a lesion on the pancreas that it's pancreatic cancer, because it wasn't.